Hello, trading is closed on March 22nd, 2016. Let's go over yesterday's calls. I said absent an immediate overtaking of yesterday's high, we should see lower prices, which we did. I said I had higher price and time targets. One of them was this 2054.59 MEJT target from New Year's Eve. I said it didn't have to print, but I thought it would. It did, and there was resistance over it. We'll come back to that in just a moment. During the day, MEJT said this rally was false and that prices would drop, which they did, down to this target. There's an optional target of 2045.51. If it doesn't print by tomorrow, I'd forget it, but last year 95% of these optional targets printed. I think it's a reasonable target for tomorrow. Well, it's always gratifying when one of these long-standing targets prints. If you now look at the failed targets from February 2014 till the end of last year, we have two targets at the high on July 21, two targets on the high on December 2, and of course failed targets at major changes in trend. Those are a part of the system. So in a period of nearly 2 years, we have only 2 days with any failed targets, and those are part of the system. In fact, if you go back to the summer of 2002 when the system was devised, I now have only 26 days with 33 targets that haven't printed. So 26 days works out to fewer than 2 days a year with an unfilled target. So I think all these unfilled targets we've had going up have an extremely high likelihood of printing at some time. Well, we now have an early bar 13 of a combo sell on a half-a-day chart. That's all we need, but I really would like this thing to print for keeps, for real. And also we are close to some sell signals on some other time frames. For a big reversal, I'd like to see more deterioration in breadth than we've seen. This is not there. Shorter term, we have a gap up here, a series of higher highs, and not only couldn't we hold on to any of these highs, we couldn't even close in the black today. It's a very negative pattern unless we promptly take out today's highs. At some point we should get the FOMC whipsaw. If it starts here, we have to at least undercut 1967.18, which is a pretty good drop. But even though I look for lower prices at some time tomorrow, that doesn't mean we're going to this level non-stop. So we have a negative pattern here. I just don't have enough to call for a major top, even though I think the major top might not be too far from this area in terms of price. I'm not really convinced in terms of time, even though I look for lower prices tomorrow, at least 2045.51, and that's today's call.